Sometimes you just want to make something quick and simple to fill that empty void on your gaming table. As much as I love the laser cutter, let's make something super simple, easily cut by hand, and you barely even need to paint it. Welcome back, guys. It doesn't matter how great laser cutters can be, if you don't have one or don't want one, you still got to have terrain. Even cutting all that stuff in card by hand can be a daunting, time-consuming process. Yes, it looks amazing when it's done, but work, life, chores, and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom can just get in the way. So today, I'm going to show you how to make something really quick. Like, really quick. A while back I found I had a big space on my Necromunda gaming table, and my initial reaction was that I needed some more walls. But this time, I resisted. I know, with me that took some real courage. I also didn't want to spend days doing it either, as I had a game planned that evening and I didn't want to go out and buy new bits. I just wanted to use leftovers from other things. So I could be that guy who turns up to a game with a piece of scenery magicked out of thin air. What can I realistically make in less than a few hours that would fill a big gap on a table but still fit in with everything else? If you've seen my modular sump video, you'll know I favour the old 2D printer for quickly knocking out something cool. I knew whatever I made would probably need a floor in the exact size of the area I wanted to take up, so I also figured it had to be something relatively big. What about a fight cage that can double as a storage area? Yep, that'll do. Even in the grimdark future they'll want to bet on fights, right? All you're going to need is a printer, some card or plastic card, some mesh, some tall pieces, and something that can work as barbed wire. Not everything needs to be 3D printed or complicated design work in Illustrator then cut out with a laser. Now, I learned from my modular sump video that no one wants to watch me use software. That part of the video was just skipped over by most viewers, so instead, here's the floor. In fact, let's just make this easy. Here's a bunch of ready-made optional floors for a bunch of gangs, or a big skull, or a rusty seal. In fact, here's a blank one, and another one using Zone Mortalis platforms that you can just print out and glaze over with transparent contrast paints, or coloured pencils, or crayons, or whatever takes your creative fancy. These will all be available on my Patreon, or you could just make your own. Just print one out. Easy. But one sheet of paper is a bit useless and not very rigid, so we're going to glue it to a piece of thick card, foam board or MDF, or whatever you've got lying around. I used 2 pieces of foam core stuck together to gain some height, then cut around the flooring. To cover up these edges, we're going to cut some more card or plastic card the length, width and height of the card underneath. And now we're going to find some long pieces. I've used this H-beam extruded rod as I had some, but you can use long bits of sprue tidied up, coffee stirrers, seriously whatever works. Cut all these to the same length and glue them onto the long card, one in the centre and one at each end. On one side, leave space for a door or gate, so this side will need more long pieces for the sides of the door. Spray or paint these whatever colours match your table. I just sprayed mine with Montana Rust and dry brushed with brown and white gold like in my Zone Mortalis painting video. Stupidly low effort painting, but it works. Now you just need to add some plastic mesh cut to the right size. This is the stuff I use, as it's, well, exactly what this fencing would look like. Most hobby shops will carry this, especially railroad modelling shops. I mean, have you ever seen a real life railway that doesn't have this stuff everywhere? So, a little bit of glue on each of the pillars and stick down your mesh. Doesn't matter if it overhangs, because once the glue's dry you can just take a hobby knife or even a pair of ordinary scissors and slice off any excess. This grey stuff is brilliant. It cuts easily, glues well, and you don't even need to paint it. It's already a colour that just works. The only thing I do is add a bit of brown dry brushing where I want dirt or rust, and I don't even care if it rubs off when handling it, because that'll make it look even more realistic. I tend to cut the mesh a little shorter than the tall beams because I like to add a bit of extra detailing at the top. I basically drill holes at the top of each H-beam and then thread through this World War Scenics barbed wire. Again, with this stuff, I don't even paint it. I just slap on a bit of rust wash here and there, then glue these onto the sides of the floor. That's the incredibly simple structure built. To make a door or gate, if you want one, is again super simple. Take 2 long pieces and create some cross sections between them so it fits in the gap on the structure where a gate would go, and glue them together. And I don't even bother gluing in the door, so I can move it around, use it as a ramp or whatever I fancy. The last optional thing to do is print and cut out a few little signs or posters or whatever you can find all over the internet and glue them onto some card. I just spray the backside of the card the Montana rust spray again and then dirty it up with patches of brown, and then cut these out. You will be left with white edges on your card depending on what colour card you used, and here I just take a felt tip pen and colour it in brown. Glue these on wherever you want them, if you want them. That's it done. Super simple, super quick, and you can crank a bunch of these out in different sizes, different styles in about a few hours or less. Change the floor design, spray a different colour, and you can match this with whatever table you're building. You can even just use this same method to make a whole bunch of modular fencing, just like this. Sometimes terrain doesn't have to be complicated. Hours of 3D printing, days of design for laser cut parts, or even painted to be effective and fill a space on your table that really needs a gap filler. As always, a huge thanks to my patrons, and I'll be adding these files to my Patreon in the next few days. And it's half term, so everything's slowed down. Right, I'm off to kick some corpse grinder butt. That's the state of play for today. I'll catch you guys in the next one.